Hi, you guys. I wanted to tell you today about a little experience I had this past week that lets you know that I'm not just saying this stuff, but I actually do it. And it has to do with my mantra, which is listen to your body. Of course, if you've spent any time here, you already do that. So, last week I was talking about doing incremental fasting to avoid fasting fatigue. And so I had discussed that if you wanted to do it on like a week by week basis, you could set yourself up a 1 day fast on week 1, a 2 day fast on week 2, a 3 day fast on week 3, etc. If you're doing dry, limit those days. If you're doing snake juice, go as long as you want. So I said I was trying that technique to avoid fasting fatigue after finishing my 21-day fast. I didn't want to stop fasting altogether, but I wanted to give my body a break after doing something so physically and mentally intense. So I did week 1 on my incremental plan. I did week 2 on my incremental plan. I did week 3 on my incremental plan. And this past week was supposed to be week 4. I was going to start on Monday and end on Thursday. But I didn't. And the reason for that is I started Sunday night / Monday morning. This was sort of a loose dry fast, meaning most of it was dry, but there were 2 points during the time that I was dry that I had to sip water to take an allergy pill. I was trying to ride it out, but it just wasn't going to happen. And so fasting feels like this super rigid lifestyle, which it is because fasting itself is really rigid. Do not eat, or in some cases, do not eat or drink. That's a really rigid statement to make. But the way you do it can be flexible. And so I wanted to let you guys know that fasting flexibility is not fasting failure. So I was dry all day Monday and all day Tuesday. And by the time I got to Wednesday afternoon, I couldn't do it anymore. And it was not a physical thing. My body is pretty used to fasting. But this time it was a mental thing, but it was my body telling me that if I pushed into that 4th day, I would be creating the very thing that I was trying to avoid, the fasting fatigue. Because mentally, I was tired of thinking about fasting, and so I needed to give myself a break. Apparently, 4 days dry, less than a month after finishing 21 days total, is too much for me. Now, I didn't know that before because I had never done a 21-day fast before, but I know that now. And so I broke the fast on Wednesday instead of Thursday. I let myself eat, and then I did an all liquids on Thursday. So just because you give yourself a little leeway doesn't mean you have to throw the entire institution out. A lot of times when people don't do exactly what they plan to do, they then throw everything out and do nothing. But you can make alterations that work for you and still make progress. And the reason I wanted to encourage you guys with that is because we are in such tumultuous times that your health is going to become increasingly and increasingly important. I mean, we are still months into the start of and months away from the end of a global pandemic. We are still fighting social injustice, which is exhausting. You have to take care of yourself. And so part of that means doing what you can to make yourself healthier. And fasting is a part of that for a lot of people. And a lot of you are here watching that. So do it if that's what you choose. But if you set out on a journey and you find out partway through that you're not in the right place to finish it, don't force yourself because you'll be damaging yourself mentally, maybe emotionally, maybe you're stirring up something, maybe physically. Listen to your body because you know you. You know you better than I know you. You know you better than anyone else. You should anyway. And so if your body is telling you for some reason that you need to stop or you need to alter your course, It's okay to listen to it. It doesn't make you a failure to change your fast in the middle. Because it didn't make me a failure when I changed my fast in the middle of the 21 day to make it more rigorous instead of less. And so, on the same token, it doesn't make me a failure to give myself a little bit of extra self care when I was pushing my body past what it was able to do. Or in this case, my mind connected to my body. So this wasn't me whining. I didn't have a craving for a specific food. I don't eat junk food anymore. I've been eating nuts and vegetables since I broke the fast, minus this couple of times I tested myself with other things. So it wasn't a craving situation. I wasn't hungry. This was just me and knowing that I needed a break. And so I gave it to myself. And then I jumped right back on the wagon Thursday. Today's Friday. I plan to do another all liquids today. And then I'll head into the weekend and probably do OMAD. So make it a lifestyle that works for you. Let it be flexible, let it be moving, let it be growing. And don't be so rigid with it that it becomes untenable. So take care of yourselves, guys. Thank you for being here. I will be back with you pretty soon. Putting out videos on Fridays has been working pretty well for me, so you can expect that. And I will do my best to fulfill it. Have a great weekend.